Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me here this evening. Today's one of those ones where I'm not sure if you have to have the shoe, but in 2021, the fear of missing out makes it almost impossible that you don't go after these. But if you really do want them, if you have to have them, you're in luck because trust me when I say they are sitting, they are just around retail in the aftermarket, and you don't even need to pay resale. If you want these shoes, go out and get them. Let's go ahead and take a look right at them and get my thoughts on the shoe. Same old, man. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss any more drops from me. I know I got another review coming up next Saturday, so be sure to check that one out too. This shoe comes to me courtesy of the Finish Line app. Now, Finish Line and me, man, we've been like this, I'm telling you, since like 2020. Me and Finish Line, we've been mutually exclusive, you know what I mean? Finish Line just been blessing me with a lot of pairs, especially since the app relaunched with its new redesign. I've been fortunate to hit. I'm not sure if people are just giving up on the app or whatever the situation may be. Could be that Nike and Jordan brand are making more pairs or shipping more pairs to my area. Whatever the situation, I'm glad to have these shoes in my hand. Let's take a look at them right now. At first glance, looking right at the box, typically you would think you have a standard Jordan 13 box, silver in the outside color. But if you look right there in the center with that Jumpman, you do have that blue color where typically there is a red colorway. Size tag reads Air Jordan 13 Retro, white, dark powder blue, multi. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to present to you the Air Jordan 13 Obsidian. So as I mentioned earlier, this is one of those ones you're not sure if you have to have. I know for a lot of people, of the original 14 silhouettes, the 13 ranks pretty high for a lot of people, myself included. Now I can't say it's somewhere around my 5th or 6th best silhouette, but it's definitely up there. Now I've reviewed 13s on this channel before, but I will go ahead and take a little bit of a dive and let you guys know some details about the shoe. Starting down here on the midsole, you do have the outline of the panther paw in that white colorway. Down on the bottom, there is that multi colorway, which I do believe should be closer to a UNC or a powder blue. Coming up to where the mudguard is, you do have a nubuck or suede. Again, I'm not the materials guy, but this is the dark powder blue colorway. Coming to a toe box and where it wraps around to that soft suede material, a tumbled leather in that dark powder blue colorway. I'm assuming this upper, which is clad in white, is some type of synthetic leather with the traditional dots in the makeup of it. On the majority of the tongue, the material does match the side here with the same color and same material feeling. Where up here, the leather does make a return, the same color as that dark powder blue with that multi or maybe light powder blue or UNC color on the Jumpman. Standard to most Jordan 13s, there is that Jordan print logo on the front, and if you flip it over in Roman numerals, it will say 13. No additional lace options with this particular shoe, and I can't think of any 13s that do have a lace swap option, but that's all right. 13s are nice on their own. It is a dark powder blue rope lace. Flipping it underneath to the actual sole of the shoe, you do have that panther paw inspired sole with the blue, and there's that powder blue or this blue colored panther's eye down there. On the bottom, you do have that carbon fiber shank plate, which I do believe is for rigidity, as well as keeping the shoe fairly light. Each pad of the panther's paw does have herringbone traction. The hologram panther's eye on the shoe does have that green hologram colorway. I'm not quite sure what color the light is going to distort the eye to look like, but typically it looks green in this particular, to your eye, to your naked eye. Not sure if the camera's going to pick this up, but it is a dark blue insole with a multicolor or UNC inspired Jumpman on the interior. Up on the ankle collar as well as behind the tongue, that is of course that white mesh material. And for the most part, that's about it. The Air Jordan 13 is tried and true. There's nothing really to write home about as far as uniqueness to the shoe, or at least uniqueness to this release. Now, when you have so many pairs of shoes, the problem that you begin to run into is redundancy. Upon every new release, no matter how nice the shoe is, you start to ask yourself, do I need to have this release? Do I need to have this particular colorway. With that being said, I try to be careful with listening to people online. People like to call shoes the poor man's this, the poor man's that, when in reality, the shoe should have a chance to live its own life independent of what other releases came before it. Now, with all that being said, what people are saying about this shoe is that it is a UNC-inspired version of the Air Jordan 13 He Got Game. Now, the He Got Game is one of my all-time favorite Jordan 13s. And so that's why it makes this shoe pretty nice and one I'm glad to have. For quick comparison's sake, you can see that wherever there is a red colorway on the Obsidian, it does have that light UNC-inspired blue. And wherever there is black on the He Got Game, there's that dark powder blue here. And that's pretty much the only difference. The white in the upper grain looks the same, as well as on the interior. Panther's Eye and the Panther's Eye, both similar in the same color. Of course, there should be no difference in the traction pads, and there is not, but the colorways are just adapted from the He Got Game to a UNC-inspired release. And again, there's the redundancy issue. When you have so many pairs, you tend to wonder, when I put this on foot, is there a better option? Is there a better selection that would match whatever I have going on or whatever I want my fit to look like for that day? Could I go in a different direction? So if I wanted to put some blues on, I could go with this, or I could go with this. And there you see, there's the conundrum. Particularly, I like the sail look of the upper on this shoe. And I wish the sail had been applied to this particular release. And all things being equal, if I get my hands on another pair of these, it's quite conceivable I can paint the upper with this sail colorway. And that's the whole thing of it. What Jordan Brand seems to be trying to do is give us familiar shoes that we like to have, i.e. the Lightning 4s or the Toro Bravos, or they're giving us familiar colorways on familiar silhouettes. So we are all pretty much familiar with the UNC Obsidian on the Jordan 1, and we're all pretty much familiar with the He Got Game. So basically you took this shoe and this is what you get. A familiar colorway on a familiar silhouette. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Jordan Brand just did that when they released the Jordan 6 Bordeaux. But ultimately, where does that leave us? Now we are at a place where FOMO exists. Now we're at a place that even though we don't have to have the shoe because we have shoes that are too similar or just like it somewhere in the collection, but we're afraid to miss out on the shoe. And to that end, I think Brand Jordan knows exactly what they're doing when they release these shoes. This is almost like a heat check. As far as I know, the brand has been selling out shoe after shoe, release after release. The Jordan 13, this Obsidian colorway is a nice shoe. And like I said, they're readily available right now. But the Jordan rules. The Jordan effect is real. If he wore it on his foot, if it's an OG colorway, if it's a Chicago branded colorway, and most importantly for this video, if it's a UNC colorway, at some point in the future, the price of those shoes is going to go up. Again, 13s are pretty lukewarm with a lot of people in the community, but don't sleep on a UNC inspired anything at this stage in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the B-roll. Hope you guys enjoyed the on foot. I'm about to get up out of here. Like I said, if you're new here, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I got more heat on the way. I got a couple little things in the works. I'm especially going to start doing my soul story videos weekly. Hope you guys enjoy those. Just my way to tell you about, what's special to me in my collection. And I hope you guys have the chance to tell me about yours. I appreciate you guys. And until the next one, I'll catch you later. Peace out.